tell you, but we gotta do this here together.
Boss.
It take a team
Boss up.
to achieve the dream.
We pay the cost to be the boss. Invest without loss. Young Boss Media, your coverage get tossed. From live stats, videos too. Tapped in the movies, the who's a who. Shows, pros, just do it for no. Entrepreneurs, plan, see how it grows. Fly magazines, we flip the scene. Check out Ray James, he on the big screen. By invitation across the nation. Young Boss Monica, she know what she facing. The leader of the crew, she know what to do. Check her out the front if you wanna come through. Only if you got her master plan. Make it in the control room, holla at Stan. Bless the half style, thank God we healthy. Bossed up media, we taking over Chelsea. Young Boss Media, who you need is us. In this community, what we feeding ya. Young Boss Media, who you need is us. In this community, what we feeding ya. Young Boss Media, who you need is us. In this community, what we feeding ya.
Hey, that is so dope. Did you hear that intro?
Oh my Lord!
Shout outs to that intro alone.
Young Boss Media is doing their thing. Shout outs to Young Boss Media. Shout outs to freaking Mind Your Business and Prosper, man. They are doing their thing today. All the panelists are doing their thing, and we are so proud of everybody putting that advice out there, asking all the right questions, and telling everybody about their business, man. That's what we're here to do today.
Yes.
You know, as you know, this your girl SP, known as SP the Artist, and I'm always with my lovely co-host, life partner, business partner, Nicc. You know, and we always glad to be here, man. And thanks to everybody that's tuning in.
A show for you tonight.
Yes, we do.
I hope you guys been tuning in all day, and you stay tuned in for the rest of the night, because we have been sharing and spreading a lot of knowledge and education, guys.
Yes.
It's important.
It's been great
that you guys are taking notes. And if you haven't been, it's important to get out your little pad or whatever and get ready for some notes tonight.
Take your notes,
okay?
Because people are giving great advice. We have some dope panelists that's coming up today, and you can ask all the right questions that you have concerns about with your business. If you're an inspiring business owner, if you just have ideas and you don't know what to do with it, we have all the right entrepreneurs in the building today, okay, that's coming up to do their damn thing and tell us about their business and can possibly answer the answers to your questions, to answer the questions that you have. So with that being said, we just want to shout out everybody, like I said, that's coming in today. And
we're going to be discussing a lot of things, but we're mainly focusing on fashion, entertainment, digital marketing, and culture. So you know me, guys. I love acronyms. So we had this is how we came up with, we calling it FEDM, right? Because when earlier in the week, SP asked, how you want our audience to feel after this whole panel? I said, we fed them. You know, you got some information, you were able to take something away. And that's also what we are here to do too. We are here to learn as well. So we're very excited, and I'm anxious to get this panel started as well.
We're going to talk about fashion, culture,
entertainment, digital marketing, and the culture, right? But aside from just it being FEDM with the, the F, the E, the D, and the M. I also want to discuss foundation, education, discipline, and motivation.
Because you need that.
Those things go into business, and it goes into just the mindset and just setting a tone for a lot of things. So y'all know us. I'm Nicc. This is SP, but we also have our own businesses, and that's why this is so essential, because we're also, like I said, learning and gaining so much knowledge from these entrepreneurs that we are here and blessed to be with tonight. Thanks to Young Boss Media.
And business owners, like she said, we still need answers. We still have questions. You know, we're still learning, and we're hoping that they can help us today as well for our business. So with that being said, we're gonna invite the guys into the panel, and we're gonna ask some questions and have them introduce themselves.
Because we gotta get this knowledge flowing.
Yes, we want to know. We want to know. Welcome.
Yes,
welcome everyone. Welcome.
How you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing?
How you doing? Thank you for coming today, guys.
And I hope you guys are doing great too. And we are thankful that you guys are here with us.
Yes.
And we are ready to get the show started. So without further ado, we want to start with introductions. So we're going to start with the lovely, lovely queen first. So Elaine, could you introduce yourself and just tell the people,
ladies first,
what you do?
Well, luckily it's 3 versus 3, right?
That's right.
My name is Elaine. I own Brooklyn Ubasiko Festival. We are a festival that celebrates the diaspora. We help artists with absolutely no commission. And, you know, they're able to sell their artwork through our website. They're able to basically gain new fans. And most importantly, they have somewhere to sell their artwork. Besides that, we also help up and coming acts, musician acts, with basically growing their fan base as well. So we throw a festival, like an actual concert festival, similar to like NPR, but more geared towards Black and brown musicians.
Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay. We got Kirk, we got Milk coming up next. Introduce yourself.
How you doing? I'm Kirk Remekie. I'm the founder and CEO of Making It Look Cool Apparel, also formerly known as Milk. We're a fashion brand, and apart from being a fashion brand, we're also a uniform company partnered with the Department of Education. So, yes, we provide cool clothes and cool uniforms.
Hey, thank you. We got Ted Crawford. Take yourself off of mute.
Yeah, that would be a smart thing to do. Come off of mute first, right?
Right, we gotta hear this knowledge.
I know. All the background. So yeah, real quick, everybody. I'm Ted Crawford from On Purpose Apparel, and it's funny. On Purpose Apparel is actually, I started backwards. I have a company called On Purpose Coaching, but I started the apparel first just to throw the marketing out there, and the coaching program was birthed in the middle of COVID-19. So yours truly, Brooklyn native, man. Good to see you guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you. All right, we got Aubrey, Mr. Goals.
Peace, everybody. Aubrey Flynn, founder, CEO, Goals Media Group. We specialize in helping business leaders get over all limits successfully with tech, tools, and training. Many people may know me from my work with Sean Diddy Combs and the Rock brand and the Revolt brand. However, now we're helping over 250 businesses, Black and brown businesses, small, medium, and large, take their business online and monetize, whether online or at their offline retail.
Amen. What's up?
Thank you. We appreciate that. See,
that is amazing. You know, that is amazing. So I want to get into the whys, because that's, to me, is a foundation. One of the foundations and building blocks of a business is why are you into it? Like your purpose. And I know Ted, your business On Purpose, I know that you do the active wear, for fitness, but that's what caught me too about your business is one of your slogans, and I was like, oh, okay, I like this, it was about positivity. And I was like,
thank you.
You wanted something. That gets into the branding, like as far as in marketing. How do you go about, choosing your niche for marketing and knowing what to put out there? So what put you on to putting On Purpose, even on clothes? What made you want to put it on clothes, not just for branding, but made you think that it would sell?
That's so amazing. I think for me, see, the name pretty much, again, you know, coming up younger back in the Brooklyn days, it was all about getting paper for me, making my money, you know, me. And I did well with the me concept. But what I realized was when you make it bigger than you, it has to be beyond yourself. And real quick, little 10-second clip. I ran a New York City Marathon for the first time about 13, 14 years ago. And I was going to put my name on my chest so people could scream out my name. But I ended up putting my daughter's name on my chest. So it was a different purpose to run.
Right.
I had to take me out the equation. I've been doing me all my life. So as I grew old and realized I had to remove the me equation, put that to the left and make it bigger than me. So my daughter was for the marathon. On Purpose is for everybody. On Purpose with a purpose. So that was the reason for the name.
Okay, dope. Nice. And that's what made me more interested in Kurt as well. Kurt, you have a dope message behind your apparel as well. So talk about your message and what made you even put milk with the bottle pouring over like milk, spilling on fashion and believe that it would sell. Tell us about that.
The funny thing about Milk the brand is I always wanted a clothing line. I always wanted one, but I just never really had like the money and time. Like whenever I looked it up, it told me I needed about 50,000, and you know, I didn't have nowhere near that. You know what I mean? So so Milk came about, like, you know what, drip and all that. So I was like, I'm gonna make a brand called Milk, real simple, nothing really to it. It's supposed to be just Milk Apparel, no acronym. So when I went to trademark it, I realized Milk was trademarked in so many different ways. There was no way I would have got a trademark from Milk Apparel. So then on that journey, I was following Damon John, you know what I mean? FUBU, Forest Bias. Right. So he said, everybody loves a great acronym. So I said, you know what? Let me take Milk and turn it into an acronym. And making it look cool came about, which once that came about, I felt like it was bigger than just milk by itself. It had a meaning to it. So I just went forth and just prayed to God that it would work, and just knew it would work, and just tried my best. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
You're doing a good job, man. You like you said, you work with FUBU. You're making uniforms for schools. How do you get about making uniforms for schools?
This is a funny story. So Making It Look Cool Apparel, we offer screen print clothing like the one I have on now. This is like one of the regular tees we have, but we also have glitter tees. So my daughter, she goes to school, she has a uniform, and she said, "Dad, could you make me a glitter uniform?" So I said, you know what? Why not?
I want to be fly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I went onto the school website. I took the logo off the website, converted it, sent to the school in a glitter uniform, full with her name on the back, customized everything.
She was feeling special.
You know what I mean?
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was just something, And then by the end of the day, the principal was calling me like, "Hey, did you make your daughter's uniform?" I'm like, "Yes." She was like, "We need to have a meeting." I'm like, "Okay, that was God. That was God. That was definitely God."
That was such a smart way to brand. And on top of that, you was also boosting confidence, because I remember in school uniforms, I didn't want to wear my school uniform. It didn't look cool. They were not making it look cool, okay? Like it was plaid. You like.
The funny thing about it, I'm sorry to cut you off. The funny thing about it was, you hit the nail on the coffin, because the uniform rate at that school was like maybe 40%, 45%. But once I introduced like the glitter and the customization, like you can put your name on the back, like it boosted to about 80% in like a few months. So then the word of mouth started going around.
Onto something.
And so what you did was put your finger on it, and you kept driving it and driving it and driving it. Because sometimes once you on to something, you gotta be on to it, and you gotta hold on to it and make it your own. And that's what you did. So God bless you for that, brother. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Good work, bro.
Yeah. And I want to ask Elaine too, like with the purpose, like you were saying about focusing on our people, you know, the brown and Black community. What's the foundation and what was the purpose and the why of you creating your festival and, you know, what it was about?
Well, when you think about the culture, we are one of the richest, if not the only rich culture that's heavy in every single market.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, I agree.
And as a culture, we don't get our flowers. We're responsible for country music. We're responsible for Afro punk. We're responsible for Spanish music.
Yeah,
we're responsible for, you know, pretty much each and every single form of art we're responsible for. We've come up with. There would be no such thing as a song had there not been Black people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stemming from that, they don't give us our flowers. They bite off us every single day. They take from us and take from us. So now it's time for us to teach our kids, to teach other people that maybe can't afford to do the same things that we do. And also to bring a light that not everything is about money. So for example, with us helping artists, if you work in the art world, you know that commissions are very high. Like I know personally, you might have to pay someone just to hire them to represent you. And then for every piece of artwork that they sell, they also take a commission from. Before you know it, as an artist, you probably get maybe half your money back. So for example, if you spent 130 hours painting something, your return back on it might be the 50 hours because you're handing out money to everybody. And the same thing also goes with musicians, which is why a lot of musicians are going independent, because it makes more sense for when they do, you know, get huge. And, you know, if you have to keep paying a whole bunch of people like a label or, you know, a distro person or, you know, what have you, before you know it, you're stuck with nothing. So I just wanted to give these wonderful artists from our whole entire diaspora a place to actually, you know, be able to show their gifts. And also, it's not like I'm asking them to do it for free. I pay everybody.
Wow.
Everybody. Down to our cooking shows, down to, you know, people that are teaching a dance class maybe. They get paid in one form or another.
Nice.
You also have the chance to pretty much big up your own business. So these kinds of things, they trickle down. You know, you buy a ticket. Now, guess what? Now you have this many people that are looking at your business. Like for our first festival, we had absolutely no distribution. We had no advertisements. Everything was just word of mouth. And we were in 21 different countries. And we had 829 people watching live.
Wow. You see? You see though? That's a blessing though. You see, but you didn't give up.
No.
And to be honest, the first signs of promoting, some word of mouth is the best way to promote and get your things out there, because that's how when that person see you, they see how serious you are from your introduction and how serious you are to even give out that fire and tell them about your story and your event versus somebody just putting out different flyers every day. The street teams back in the day was definitely different, and digital marketing changed the way for
and it's very expensive for it too.
Yes, and it took away jobs for people that didn't mind being in them streets giving out flyers and the street teams. I was a part of a few street teams, so I definitely know that world was gone after digital marketing came about and people were willing to pay other people to do the job for them. You know, so definitely, and artists. Me as an artist, I could definitely appreciate someone like you and your festival, because we have people where myself, I can only speak for myself, where I performed and they made me pay for performances. I had to pay to get in. I didn't get paid for the event, so I left broke. They was when I left, I was broke,
had the money,
but the promotioner, the DJ, everybody else, I didn't pay for somebody Air Max or Jordans the next day. When as the artist who's investing in her music, paying for studio time, put myself out there paying for flyers and covers and things like that. they kind of try to discourage. A lot of artists are discouraged right now.
Yeah.
Being that I have discipline and loved ones around me, it prevented me from getting discouraged. But a lot of artists can be discouraged when they don't have that, you know, that backbone, that support that they know that they could have and need. You know, it's out here.
Right.
We need more. We need more of you. You know, we need more.
Right. Yeah.
We need more of you, Aubrey, as well. You know, because you out here, you're helping artists. You know, so tell us some things that you do for artists as well, Aubrey. Speak on the things that you do to help and get, you know, your audience out there, and you be able to help people build their brand and things like that.
You do amazing things, especially with this digital marketing. So the knowledge is definitely appreciated.
Yes.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. And, you know, shout out to you, shout out to Monica for this event, because
absolutely.
This opportunity, right, that's promoted with businesses to our people. So that's when you talk about purpose, that's really where it started for me. You know, I'm from originally Southside Jamaica, Queens. I was raised and went to school down south, some of the tougher sides of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I didn't have a lot of leadership coming up. My mom died. My pops, you know, worked hard to keep food on the table. So, you know, I pretty much scraped and fought for everything that I had, you know, including my education. You know, my internship, I was blessed to hustle my way into Bad Boy while I was at the University of Florida. So when I was probably the only person I know to really go from intern to C-level executive. And, you know, that took some years, but I was blessed to be able to work on a variety of different businesses. And I didn't always get paid the most, you know, but it wasn't really about that for me. It was always about experience. And, you know, there was so many relationships, having the ability to work on the music side with Diddy, whether it was Last Train to Paris or the Bad Boy Family Reunion Tour, French Montana, MGK, or even on the Sean John, working with Macy's and Estee Lauder on fragrance and clothing. So I was soaking up game my whole career, and I got to the point where I was probably a good 10, 15 years in. And yeah, I had hired a few people into what I felt like the opportunity to really help the masses wasn't really being tapped into. And that was the purpose. That's what was burning in my heart. It was like, yeah, you gave a few people jobs. I could probably count them on 20, you know, fingers, you know what I'm saying? 10 fingers, 10.
Right.
But beyond that, I wanted to create a system that we could scale, because I felt coming up, I was a smart kid, you know, in the art programs, in advanced classes, but nobody was talking to me about business. Every time I wanted to make some money, I was thinking about drugs or some robbing, stealing, or gang banging, something just off, like something just crazy as a youngster. You know what I'm saying? So having gone to college, having had an internship, having been, you know, an executive for many years, you know, I felt like it's an imperative that the youth get better leadership, better representation. So with Goals Media Group, we're making it accessible. So you can buy a t-shirt, and if you scan the QR code on a t-shirt, you get free tools to help you build a website for your business. If you buy a luxury bag, you can get your EIN number. You can get, you know, your business incorporated. A lot of these things are marketed to our people. So we help with the incorporation. We help with the social media. We help with, you know, online identity, everything from YouTube, reputation management, getting your Google reviews up, scaling your advertising. We package it in our app. We have a business app. When you join our group, you know, you go to goalsmediagroup.com. You can get a free trial. You know, you can get free consultation, and that's what we're providing. So now we got over 250 businesses. We just signed Snoop Dogg. He just launched a new gin called Indigo.
I hear about that.
Yeah, so we're trying to work with Black and brown business owners and make sure that the information is available and it's accessible to help folks build business.
That's amazing.
Yes. Thank you for that too. Thank you for that.
That is amazing.
Definitely helping. big time. We have to stick together as a community, Black and brown. During this COVID time, it's like a lot of businesses are prospering right now. And this wave, so many people have had time to think, create, and build.
We're natural born hustlers.
So many business has aroused during this time, and a lot of fashion designers as well, guys. So just speaking of fashion designers, talking to Ted and Milk, Kirk, how do you, with all these fashion designers that's coming up and constantly coming out with different trends and different colors?
Moving us into education now. We're on the now.
Exactly.
We heard the foundation and you guys' purpose, and it's, what you guys are doing is amazing. Now we want to talk more about like education. So like she was about to say, like gaining your audience, gaining a following, and attracting who it is that you're aiming to attract. Can you guys give our viewers and ourselves more information and knowledge about
how you keep the customers coming? How do you keep your wear juicy and people wanting to keep buying? How can I buy something from you tomorrow? What are you gonna sell me today? What are you showing me today that's gonna make me want to buy from you tomorrow or today? So how you keeping your stuff juicy? So what do you?
Right.
Go ahead, Milk. Hit him, Milk.
Ted, I'll let you go first, Ted. no, Ted, go ahead, man.
Okay.
I want to know. I want to know.
No problem. I tell you what. Again, see, I'm from the entertainment world as well. I've been party promoting for God knows how long, well over like 25 to 30 years. And one of my biggest problems in the party promotion game is DJs who play music for themselves.
Right.
And it's just weird how that's sad. There's DJs out there like you get they homeboys and they people do that boy. He's nice. He's bad. He got it popping. Then you hear him play him like, yo, is this dude even paying attention to the crowd? Like, what's up with DJ? So it's always good. I had to really find out what DJ can really rock any crowd. So that was, and my example of that as it relates to fashion is basically it's like I can go out there and design on purpose apparel for what Ted's like, which is fine. That's a starting point. But what I got to realize is, how do you rock the crowd when it comes to on purpose apparel? So rocking the crowd is basically me coming off of my high horse about what I think is the best or the greatest, and really just become like a student at that point. Ask my niece, ask my nephew, ask my homeboy, ask another designer. Reach out to a person like Milk. You know what I'm saying? And really just lower my ego.
So we're gonna write that down. We got communication.
You really gotta. Again, don't get me wrong. Sometimes an individual's idea is the gospel, and it will soar and it will take off. But I've learned that whole DJ example is it's not about me. It's not about Ted. It's about the masses. So I try to find out like what's the hottest thing happening right now. And just so you guys know, on purpose apparel is not just these words. On purpose apparel. It's really it's a lot of affirmations. It's reminders. So I'm sending a message through fashion. You know what I'm saying? And one of my designs on my website is devise a plan or be a part of someone else's.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Another one is words have power. People go around talking about, I don't care about this, I don't care about that, F him, F her. I'm like, listen, be careful with those words. Words have power. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So my fashion is to inspire, remind, educate, move people. So these are my ideas. And then I go to like a Milk, or I might even go to Aubrey or Elaine and say, you know what? What's hot what's hot in your world, on your avenue? I'm looking for this buzzword about everybody's doing Black Lives Matter. I get it. But what's going on in your world? Give me some fuel so I can go out there and put what I'm thinking, what Aubrey's thinking, what Milk's thinking, Elaine, put something together, boom, maybe put it out there. And if it don't work, doesn't mean it failed. It just means that maybe the timing wasn't right. So
okay.
So
everybody's trying to get on the Black Lives Matter trained.
Yeah, but again, but you do your version of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your
And
version.
even like as we speak about this, I think about like numbers. So like even where we on Young Boss Media, we do Get Shine, and when we choose our artists, we have listened to their music or people have referred them and things like that.
Yep.
So with that being said, we're not always looking at numbers or things, we just trying to give this artist shine, having our platform to share with someone else. So Elaine, when you're choosing your artists for your festival, are you looking at their following? Like how are you choosing the artists for the festival?
Following has absolutely nothing to do with joining the festival, first of all.
Okay.
Everybody has to start from somewhere.
Right.
I've had artists on my website that had maybe 300 or maybe 150. I think the lowest was like around 150. That didn't matter to me. I've also had artists that have almost 25,000 people that are following them. And then also, you got to think about the ranges that people actually are willing to pay for art. So maybe, for example, I have an artist that will charge you $20 for a piece of work. And then I also had an artist that will charge you $25,000 or $30,000 for a sculpture. So depending on what, you can afford, we cater to everyone's taste. So, following, it'd be nice, but that's not my whole entire thing. I feel like, especially with these days with like social media and everything, everybody's just worried about followers. And what people don't realize is a lot of these celebrities, they buy their followers. Purchase their followers, and then what ends up happening is, okay, you've purchased your followers. Now people see that you have a lot of followers, so now they're starting to follow you more. So there's like a whole algorithm with that, but I'm not even gonna, go into it.
Aubrey, hold on. I know you got something to say, Aubrey, right? But I wanna get to Kirk.
Like I know a lot of people that have bot followers and all this other stuff, like a whole bunch of fake profiles. It's how social media, like this is how this is the new revolution.
How authentic are you? Like you want to be real to yourself.
Yeah, I want real followers that's going to actually
gotta earn it all.
That's actually going to support us. And if you're not going to support us, or if you want to be a bot, then sorry, you cannot follow.
Now, Aubrey, before you answer this question, Aubrey, right? Before you answer this question, Aubrey, I want to get back to you because I want to ask you an important question. You is who I want to ask this important question to, but I wanted Kirk to answer the question that I asked Ted as well about his following and how he keep his audience going. So I don't want you to think we forgot about you, Kirk. We just had to ask Elaine that question because it was on that matter. I want you to tell us how you do what you do and how you be able to put your stuff out there to keep your audience coming in. And you keep your brand successful.
I noticed that Kurt, when whatever sneaker come out, Kurt have the color. He have whatever,
So I know you got a plan. I know you got a plan
to keep up with the trend too.
Yeah. Tell us about that, Kurt.
The funny thing about it's making it look cool.
Living up to the name. It's a brand.
It will be wrong for me not to keep up with the trend. Yes, of course. You know what I mean? So, I follow like the Jordan drops, the Foamposite drops, the Nike drops, and then I research which one's going to be hot. And then I make sure I put together like a custom for the Jordan that's going to drop. And I make it available from newborn all the way to adult. So you could purchase just for yourself or you could purchase for your whole family. Because I realize when I go out, I see a whole family. They all have on the latest Jordans. So who am I to exclude anybody? Let me make it available for you all.
Smart.
So it's you know what I mean?
That's right.
And then I also like put a little trick to it. So I put various designs and colors on the websites. And I always say, like, you know what? If there's a color that you want that you don't see on the website, you could always message me, send me an email. I could put together the colorway that you want for whatever sneaker that it is that you have. And that's what kind of keeps them coming back, because I remember back in the days, Nike they used to keep up with all the color schemes of Jordans and everything that dropped.
This is true.
But now they're not necessarily keeping up with so many color schemes. Why? Because Jordans drop every week. Foam posits drop every now and then. They can't keep up with the color.
It's too much of a competition, I guess.
Not really a competition. It's just
under the same umbrella.
It would have to be on high demand. It would have to be on high demand from stores for them to be able to make that sell. So if stores can't keep up with it on a high demand level, they're not going to make it.
Marketing advice from Aubrey.
I would believe that. I would believe that, right?
Yeah.
We gotta start. We gotta start talking about owning our data, and what what I mean is, we talking about followers, right? Everybody is the first thing they look at is your followers, but nobody here works for Instagram. Instagram isn't paying anybody a check. So why are you galvanizing the audience? You know how many people have millions of followers and they still can't pay rent every month?
I say this all the time.
Every day.
Facetious. I'm not even exaggerating. I mean for real, like 1 million followers. So like that ain't the goal. The goal is to have 1 million customers, 1 million clients, 1 million students, 1 million people in profit. Because when somebody wants to invest in your company and they ask you, well, what do you have? You can't point at those followers because you don't own that. You know?
Absolutely.
So if somebody's listening, like if you start with one person as a follower, but you got 10 emails, 10 phone numbers of people that will do business with you, that's more valuable than having 100 followers.
That's right. That's right.
So the name of the game is conversion. How do you convert? How do you convert those followers into customers, into buyers, into real supporters of your online or offline business? And you do that with trust. You do that with integrity. You do that by, authenticity and maintaining that relationship. So those are the things that we teach the people in our community. Those are the services that we provide to our partners. We help grow those relationships. So people gonna see my man's fly with the kicks. People gonna love the purpose. People gonna have the art, But as a community, how do we as leaders help people understand that there's trust in Black business? There's integrity in Black business. These are some of the things that has been ingrained in us to not really accept. We train to not want to do business with each other, So as leaders, these are some of the things that I think we can get through first and foremost by owning our relationships, owning our data.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great advice.
Yes.
Great advice.
Yes.
Great advice. Because you have to, at the end of the day, just like Netflix get paid off for all the streams, all the times that we watch they movies, Instagram get paid off for all the followers that we're getting, that we're not getting paid off for, they're getting paid. It's just like music streaming today, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, it's about streaming too. So that's basically how it's all played out. So you have to try to think about owning your own data, because those are the ones that's really eating, the ones that are owning their own data. So it's important.
Support. That's why we here supporting Young Boss Media, because we know it's Black owned. We know it's a media platform. It may not have the viewership that other mainstream platforms have, but it will never get there without the support of Black leadership and of the community getting behind it when it's on the way up.
Yes.
Now, speaking of support, how do you know when you got the right support? How do you know when this support is not using you? How do you know when you have the right support? A lot of people, it is hard. How our people, it's hard for us to trust people, right? We just don't trust people. And it's because of being burnt all the time. So how do you go about, knowing that the people are right for you? How do you know that you have the right support?
You gotta be professional.
All of you can answer. This is for all of y'all.
It's the same question, like, what qualities or characteristics would you say are essential, to success and growth? Whether you gotta shed people off or whatever the case is, So what advice would you give?
Yeah, you know what? That's huge. And Aubrey, I was gonna go back to something you had said, but we'll circle back to that later. You really struck a chord with me, something really, really amazing, brother. So we're gonna chat more about that. Love, that was love, some comments you made. But going back to about the whole trust piece, and I'm coming from a coaching space, because I'm all about coaching. The funny thing is, I think the root of people not trusting businesses or themselves or black folks not trusting black folks have to do with we don't even trust ourselves. So so the whole, like, when it comes to the reflection piece about all the illnesses and the things that had happened when we were young growing up, whether it be in your household, at school, or combination of everything in your environment, we grew up in a non-trusting environment to the point where we second guess and don't trust ourselves. And then we put it out there like that person or those people and that black person, this black person or other races. Right. I don't trust nobody, but they don't trust themselves. So I just say all that to say, you got to work on your individual self and build trust in you.
Responsibility and accountability.
Bingo.
I've been actually having that same exact issue. So we're trying to get sponsors and vendors to basically, help with, getting, well, I forgot to mention. So we're actually a 3D VR festival. So you have the option of if you want to watch in 3D VR, and we supply you with the glasses, or you can do 2D. So, nobody else is doing this as far as like black festivals that I know of. And two, so we're approaching vendors and we're also approaching sponsors. And, as a black company, they always ask, well, how are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? Did you do this? So the reason why I put $40,000 into the season 1 is because we needed to create content. So if you invest in yourself and you create the content, you show people exactly what you're doing, how it looks professionally done. They don't want to see anything that looks shitty or choppy. In order for you to gain trust, you have to give them something. So your first investment in your company is to yourself and for something that you can actually prove to people. So if you want to get that trust that everybody's hoping for and seeking, because you're not just trying to build trust within your own community. You're trying to build trust with these white folks that you're asking for sponsorship. You're trying to build with your forever customer. So if you do it right the first time, you'll have a forever customer for each and every single time that you do it. And if you keep making sure that you're changing with the times, like for example, when we first started, we was not 3D VR. So we wanted to make sure that we're ahead of time by making sure that growth that technology into it. So now we're bringing the technology into it, and everybody's like, okay, we see what you're doing. Now we're starting to trust you. We see that you have some footage that you're leaking out here and there. Now we want to see what else you can do. So instead of you now having to reach out to people, it's people reaching out to you. So once you build that trust, then you'll get it.
That's right. It's important. We're about to get ready to wrap things up shortly, and I would love to keep you guys on for so long.
Man, how time flies!
Yeah, this is a good conversation. And thanks for everybody that was tuning in. You had a lot of people that were just listening to you guys. Y'all was answering all their questions. I guess they didn't even have to ask you guys.
We definitely have to do more.
Y'all were answering their questions.
And however,
today.
we do have Guest Shine every Saturday at 5:00. Yes. And tonight we are having an after party at 10 p.m.
So y'all stay on,
because we have a lot of dope artists coming on for Get Shine. We're normally at 5 p.m., but guys, we normally do artists, but we have to have you all back on because, like, just talking to you guys is so dope. We have to give you shine on Get Shine. And, shout out to Young Boss Media. Shout out to everybody who has
mind your business and prosper, because that's exactly what we have to do, y'all. We have to mind our own business and we have to prosper. That's the only way we are going to prosper in this world. We are distracted. We are fully distracted, y'all. We are too distracted, right? So we have to get out of our phones and really get in our books, do our own research,
get into each other,
and
connect
own our
with
own
one
data.
Another, communicate, share this knowledge so we can grow as a people. Because it's bigger than just you and I.
Yes.
You know?
Y'all tell everybody where they can follow y'all at. Kirk, starting with you. Let everybody know where they can follow you. Let's make it quick. We got a few more seconds, y'all.
Yes,
Where they can follow you at, Kirk?
You can find me at Milk Apparel on Instagram. You can shop my apparel at milklifestyle.com. I'm sorry, I'm moving too fast.
Okay. Elaine, we should follow on Elaine. Let everybody know where they can follow you.
You can follow me at Brooklyn UBUCIKO and Brooklyn Ubisico. And we'll be launching season 2 soon. It actually goes on sale on Monday.
All right. Y'all stay following her.
Looking forward to it.
All righty. Y'all stay following her. Make sure that y'all follow them. Ted, starting with you. Let's go. Where they can follow you at?
Yeah, they can follow me at my IG is onpurposeapparel.com. That has a snapshot of all my different tees with inspirational sayings. But I'm also a very personable guy on the coaching tips. So on Facebook, T Crawford, it's Ted Crawford on Facebook. Just Ted Crawford, my name, picture of me with a microphone in my hand. Oh no, my bad. My bad. It's a new. I just updated my phone. My daughter and her husband just got married, so I'm like hovering over them and like in that little coaching stance. Just showing them love. Yes, I'm on FB with that.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right, Aubrey, where they can find you at, Aubrey?
Mr. Goals AF on Instagram, and if you follow me now, send me a DM, and I'll get you a free training, free business audit. We'll hook you up with a free online toolkit to grow your business. Let's get this thing going. Everybody needs a business. Everybody.
And
ladies,
we will be
women and children.
We will be hitting you up on that as well. Thank you for that. Everybody that's in the room, make sure that y'all hit them up. Make sure that y'all follow everybody in here, all these entrepreneurs. Thank everybody for tuning in. Shout outs to Young Boss Media, Mind Your Business Prosper. This is your girl SP the Artist, and I'm with my lovely co-host Nicc. We are out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for coming, y'all.
Love y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Remember, mind your business.
Mind your business, y'all.
Right.